Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Stephanie, and in this video, I am going to be showing you guys how you're supposed to put on your foundation. The best way, the easiest way, the prettiest way to put on your foundation. Foundation is one of the staples of makeup. I think it's absolutely necessary. Well, not absolutely necessary. Not everybody needs it. But I think that it's a wonderful product to have, especially if you happen to have skin that is not perfect like me. I've always had a struggle with my skin, and I just feel like discovering foundation has definitely helped me with my confidence and just, I don't know, like it just creates a great foundation for the rest of your makeup. So let's get into it. I am excited to show you guys the tricks and the techniques that I use to create a flawless skin pretty look. So let's get into it. The foundation I'm going to be using for this video is by Anastasia. And my skin tends to change colors a lot during different times of the year. Like during the winter time, it's a little bit lighter, and I feel like I tan super dark sometimes in the summer. So sometimes you have to switch up your foundation, and sometimes a foundation that matched you perfectly at a certain time of the year looks completely off at a different time of the year. So I'm gonna also show you guys probably a technique that you can use if your foundation that you have is not working for you anymore, and what you can probably do to help it still work for you. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little dab of the foundation on the back of my hand, just like this. And literally I'm gonna start with one pump. See how small that is? Yeah, like literally one pump I'm just gonna start with, because if you're not used to a foundation, you don't know how thick it is, you really wanna start with as small of amount as possible. As you can see too, I've already done my brows. We're gonna do brows in a whole different video. We're not gonna do that today, but I always do my brows before I do my foundation, so I just had to do it. But yeah, so we're gonna start with that little small dab, and I'm gonna grab a brush, and I'm just gonna dip the brush directly into that dab and start on the areas of my face where I feel like I need the most coverage. So I feel like right here in my cheek area, like right here close to around my mouth, right here is where I need the most coverage. So I'm gonna start applying it right there. And you're just gonna do like the thinnest layer that you can do. See how like a little bit goes such a long way? And you can already see the difference between that side of my face and this side of my face. And it was just from that little tiny dab. And there's still a little bit left, so I'm gonna go back into it and then start on the other side. So now that I feel like I've used all of it, I'm gonna put one more dab, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of my face. Starting in the areas where it needs the most coverage, and then out to the areas where it needs the least coverage. Because you really don't need foundation on every single inch of your face. Some of it you may be able to leave pretty much almost clear. And I feel like when you do that, that's when it looks the most natural. See? Really, really, really clean and smooth. Now we're going to do a little bit of concealer. And what concealer does is it brightens back up those areas of your face that have little shadows. So we're just gonna apply a little bit under the eye. And then I like to brighten up the center of my face as well. So I put a little here, my nose area, a little bit here, a little above the lip, and a little on the chin. So that just gives the center of your face a little bit of brightness. And then we just go ahead and blend it all in. Notice that the concealer is a little lighter than the foundation, and that's fine. You want your concealer to be a shade or two lighter than your skin tone, depending on how you personally want to look. But see, once you blend it together, it matches perfectly. See how good that looks? It's blended so smoothly, so pretty. And then I like to set my under eye concealer with a little bit of banana powder. So I'm gonna dip into my Fenty Beauty banana powder and just put a little bit under my eye. And really kind of on all the little places where I put concealer, I can put this. This may not be for everyone, but me, I really like the center of my face to really kind of have a glowy feel, just be brightened up. So you can just put a little bit there and then just blend it in. And then I just like to go over my whole face with a little powder. And the powder I like to use is MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish. And I just like to brush that over my whole face just to blend everything in. If your foundation happens to be a little dark on you, the concealer trick helps with that as well. So don't worry if it's a little dark because it might be your summertime color. The concealer helps a lot with that. And also, if it happens to be a little light on you, what you can do is add a little bit of bronzer, which is like a darker powder. And you could just take your bronzer and a fluffy brush and brush a little bronzer on your cheeks. And you just brush it onto your cheekbones. And that will kind of bring in a lot more warmth to your face if it happens to be a little light, your foundation. And you can put, with bronzer, it's almost hard to do too much. So if you feel like you need it to be a lot darker, then just keep putting a little more bronzer and put it in those areas. Start on your cheekbones, go around your forehead and down your other cheekbones. And then you can also put a little down here on under your chin as well, right around your jawline. And then magically your foundation matches. And literally you're done. Like, you could go into it more if you want to do bronzer, blush, highlighter. You could do all of that if you wanted to, but if you didn't want to do anything else, you're good. Like, look at your skin. Like, it's perfect. Like, I mean, it's flawless. So this is like a simple, easy, you know, 3-step, 4-step process if you just want to look pretty skin, effortless, not much going on, but hey, like, I'm good. So I hope this was helpful to you, and not thinking that foundation is scary. Just remember, less is more. One pump first, maybe 2 if you need to continue with a little bit more coverage, but always start with 1 pump. Less is more. You don't need a lot, and you don't need to put it on every single inch of your skin. Like, if it doesn't need it there, don't put it there. So I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Love you.